There's one fight on everyone's lips. Saturday night's live and exclusive Setanta showdown between Joe Calzaghe and Bernard Hopkins in Las Vegas. With Calzaghe's 17-year undefeated run on the line, Natalie Perks has been to meet the man Joe credits as the driving force behind his career.
When Joe Calzaghe takes on Bernard Hopkins on Saturday, the American will have an entire country behind him and a team dubbed the Execution Squad camped in his corner. But for the visiting Welshman, there's only one man he needs. The man who taught him to box as a child. The man who built up a stable of world champions out of a tiny gym in the middle of the valleys. The man who Joe knows not only as trainer, but dad. Meet Enzo Calzaghe, the most charismatic man in boxing and king of the soundbite.
Why should I skip and waste 20 minutes of time here talking about the family? Oh, we had a good day yesterday. Is that work rate? That's not work rate, that's loosening up. As my dad said, don't ever worry about getting old. Only worry if you don't get old. He's a Cheshire cat, that's all he is. Milking now, I steal the milk. That's what he's doing. Been used to stealing the milk all the time, he knows how to do it. That's all he is. But he's still a pussycat.
Enzo's never boxed. In fact, he gave up a career in music to train his son. But music's loss was boxing's gain. He's gone on to establish himself as one of the greatest trainers of his generation, and his gym in Newbridge has spawned 3 world champions. People say his methods are unorthodox, but clearly there's melody in his madness.
Boxing's like music, purely music. I mean, you can, if you know anything about music, you know there's only 7 chords. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's all they are. It's seven chords in music. If everybody repeats the same chords, the same number ones, and you're going to have the same medalists. Same applies to boxing. You've only got 7 punches. With me, there is no method. Do what your hands can do. Now that the shot is there, punch it. Don't think about it. Throw it. It might look wrong. It might sound wrong. Throw it. The only thing I got is my mind. I'm very gifted about every single move, everything that's every boxer's got to do from A to Z. I know everything in my mind. I know how to explain it. I just can't explain it. It's that gift that I've got.
Victory over Mikhail Kessler took Joe's undefeated record to 44, and as usual, Enzo was ever present in his corner. For Calzaghe Jr., his father has been the guiding force in his amazing 10-year run as world champion.
He's been everything in my career. At the end of the day, taught me the basics of boxing when I was a teenager, and you want to go out with your mates drinking and you think screw boxing. He's the one who kicked me up the arse and kept me on the straight and narrow, basically. That's the way it's been, and it was fantastic. I've always said he's a great trainer, and he never really had the respect because people said, yeah, well, he never boxed, and, you know, he's just your dad and this and that. And, you know, from a little gym like this in the South Wales valleys, you know, to have like 3 world champions and about 4 other potential champions is never heard of. That's because he's a great trainer, and he has a tremendous enthusiasm and a tremendous knowledge of boxing, and, you know, it's great, yeah. He's awesome.
And there's plenty of big fight build-up coming up on Knockout Week on Setanta. Knockout Week, and there's one fight that's on everyone's lips. Saturday night's live and exclusive Setanta showdown, and that's between Joe Calzaghe and Bernard Hopkins in Las Vegas. Well, Ricky Hatton is among those publicly backing Calzaghe, and Nigel Seeley from Bookies Bet Brokers can't see Hopkins toppling the Welshman.
I think he will win. I think when the bookmakers are saying he'll win and the punters are saying he'll win, he's around about 1 to 2 favourite to win the fight. The trouble is what happened before when these British fighters go to America, we always bet with British punters always bet with our hearts rather than our heads, and there was a huge gamble gone on Ricky Hatton. This time around, Calzaghe is the favourite and a worthy favourite. He's fighting Hopkins, who's 43. A lot of people are saying he's past his peak. He's been in with some old warriors, and all them fights he's taken might take him out against the Calzaghe, who was at the peak of his career. The draw at 22-1. Interesting thing I read in the papers today, they were saying about the national anthem, the booings of the national anthems, and it got up the Americans' nose big time when Ricky Hatton fought out there. And they're saying with a fight like this, which looks like it could go all the way to a points decision, they're urging supporters not to boo. I mean, it's disrespectful anyway. We shouldn't really have that going on in any sport, but you know, we know there is an element of our sport that goes on. And they're saying that if it goes to a points decision, be very careful, because it really rifled the Americans before when the Ricky Hatton fight, and if it's very close, the American judges could give it one way because of that. So any fans going out there, make sure they respect the national anthems, because it could be detrimental to our man.